I'm standing here today with Sergeant First Class Antonio Ruiz of the 1-1 Attack Reconnaissance Battalion, part of the Enhanced Combat Aviation Brigade over here at Camp Taji, Iraq. Sergeant Ruiz, can you tell us a little bit about the stress that soldiers go through, that we all go through while in a deployed environment such as Iraq?
Sure. Well, prior to deployment, a lot of the soldiers, they either get married or they have some loved ones back home that they're going to leave behind. Throughout the 12-month deployment, the stressor is leaving that loved one behind, and also transferring all their finances over to the loved ones to take care of. The responsibility lays on whoever stays back there in the garrison, or as we call it, United States, taking care of everything you've ever owned your whole life. And then the other stressor is having to come here and work 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's very difficult on a new soldier and a young soldier.
And the stresses of just being in a relatively hostile environment compounds that, right?
That's correct. What a lot of people don't understand is when they get deployed, a lot of the younger soldiers who have just been married, they don't really know how to communicate effectively with either A, their spouse, or B, just someone back home. And what that does is, if you don't know how to communicate effectively, it can cause unneeded stress on a soldier.
Great. Then can you tell us a little bit, now that we're getting close to returning back home, and we're all just a few short weeks from going back to the U.S., what do you sense as some of the stress and issues that soldiers are facing as we get ready to go back home?
Okay, well, throughout my duration, the 12 months, I've been giving classes to soldiers on comprehensive soldier fitness / communication / hunt the good. A lot of them seem to be migrating towards the same thing, and that is one being communication, two, the factor is finances, but more than anything, effective communication, meaning learning how to listen to your spouse back home and thinking before you're speaking. So a lot of them are finding that going home, the truth is starting to surface now, and a lot of the times it's not a good thing to hear, especially after 12 months.
Okay, great. Tell us, you're a master resiliency trainer, and you've gone through the training as part of the Comprehensive Soldier Fitness Program. What has that meant to you, and how have you seen that impacting you as a soldier?
Well, originally when we went through the training at the University of Pennsylvania, I was kind of hesitant. I didn't think it was going to work. I've been married 19 years, and I can tell you that this program saved my marriage. I didn't think it was going to work, but now that I'm teaching soldiers, I catch a lot of them after the training's done. They approach me, and then they mention whatever I've taught them, and they seem to enjoy the positive, the optimistic of it all, and just learning the new concept of how to communicate effectively with your spouse, or what a thought can cause. A lot of them don't know an activating event causes a thought, which has reactions, consequences. So once you teach that process to the soldier and they accept it, they can actually build off of that and save their relationships back home, therefore causing less stress.
That's great. And what about the experience here in Iraq, as far as these the skills that you learn, and how, as a trainer, imparting those on other soldiers? How have you seen that that kind of training helping other people?
Well, as far as being a trainer, I was fortunate enough to be selected as the MRT for the battalion / the brigade. I can tell you that the individual being selected, myself, you have to be a very positive individual to be able to pass the message that the Army wants you to pass, to stay optimistic and stay positive. So I'm fortunate enough that it was myself that was picked. I'm a pretty happy guy all the time, but I do also, I'm human, I get down. Sometimes, I'm not too happy, but at the same time, if you're in your daily activities, you're administrating everything you're supposed to be doing as MRT, and you're developing soldiers, the soldiers will take to that, and they'll learn through your leadership and your guidance.